everyone, it's CricketSong, and this video is going to be the next installment in the Witch's Alphabet, and the letter for today is E. Now, I struggled with what I wanted to talk about in this video for the letter E. I had considered discussing exorcism. I had considered discussing earth as the element. I just thought about discussing enlightenment. But what I've decided to settle on for the letter E is ethics. I know we talk a lot about magical ethics and what are your magical ethics. And what I mean by that is the things that you deem right or wrong within your magical practice, whether it's, witchcraft or high magic or whatever type of magic you practice. We're going to talk, or I'm going to discuss ethics in my own practice. So this means, these are my opinions as to what I deem right or wrong, or how I go about deciding whether what I'm about to endeavor in is ethical, is, acceptable. So for me, when I was really thinking about this, I have realized that my ethics within my magical practice, within my witchcraft, hold true throughout my life, my mundane life as well. My ethics are about me as an individual, as a human being. What I deem right, what I deem wrong is true in both my mundane life and my magical life. So things that I wouldn't do in my mundane life, I won't do magically. If I encounter a situation where I wouldn't slap someone physically in the mundane world, in my mundane life, if someone cuts me off in traffic and I wouldn't pull over and smack them or beat them up, smack the shit out of them, then I'm not going to do that magically. I'm not going to cast a spell that would slap the shit out of them, out of the person who cut me off in traffic. If someone does something to me in the mundane life, for example, if my neighbor across the street decided they were going to break into my house and murder my cat and my dog, in my mundane life, if I found out it was my neighbor across the street who did that, I definitely would go over and say something to them and retaliate in some way. I know I would, because they caused physical harm to my fur babies, the animals I care about. So because I would do that in the physical world, because I would react that way in the physical world, I will react that way in the magical world, and I will do baneful magic. I will cast a malediction upon my neighbor. I don't think there is a set ethics that I as a witch should follow. Generally, I try to treat people how they would treat me. The whole do unto others as you want them to do unto you. That's what I go by in my everyday life. So that's what I tend to go by in my magical life. I don't follow the Wiccan Rede. I do not, and as how it's generally interpreted, I never even interpreted it in the general way, harm none. I never interpreted it in that way. And I have some videos where I covered that. If you're interested, I'll link them in the description section of this video. And I'll look back and see if I have any other videos about magical ethics. I'll link them here as well. But now, on this day, in this time, I've really come to the conclusion that my ethics are my ethics. The other thing, I don't follow the rule of 3 either. I don't believe that if I put something out, I'll get it back 3 times. I don't think life, the universe, is that precise by our terms. I do feel like, and I believe that if I'm dwelling in positivity, if I'm focused on happiness and joy and peace, if that's my focus, if that's my point of focus, then I am going to perceive those moments easier, because that's what I'm focused on. If I'm focused on feeling and living a joyful, peaceful life filled with contentment, then I'm going to see those moments easier than moments that are not that vibrational frequency. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm having a bad moment in a bad moment, what I mean by that is, if I'm having a time in my life where I'm feeling crappy and it feels like nothing is going my way, and I'm focused on things that cause me discontentment and is causing me suffering and pain, if that's what I'm focused on, then I'm going to perceive those events and circumstances in my life that are of that same vibrational frequency, and I'm going to see them more easily than the moments that will bring me joy, peace, and contentment, because that's how I work. That's what I focus on, is what I see. If I'm not looking for something, if I'm not looking for peace and contentment, if I'm not intentionally seeking that out, then I may miss those opportunities that would bring that into my life. And I feel like that's the same way with magical situations. So if I'm looking to bring more prosperity into my life, then I will see the moments and the opportunities that prosperity could enter my life. And this goes hand in hand with my ethics, right? Because if I am wanting those moments of peace and contentment and joy and happiness, then I will, by my belief, I will see those opportunities and embrace those opportunities, which then means those people connected to those opportunities would also vibe on that same frequency as I do, which then means I will be focused on those qualities, right? I try to live my life with integrity. I try to live my life taking responsibility for what is mine and the actions, the words, and the deeds. Sometimes I tend to have tendencies to take on responsibility for more things that are not mine, but that's another video. I try to treat people like they treat me, and this, like I said, goes the same in my magical life. So those are my thoughts on ethics. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in regards to magical ethics. Are there things you just won't do? Are there things in your mundane life that you wouldn't do that you might do magically? And why is there a difference for you? No judgment here. I just love to hear other people's experiences and thoughts and beliefs in regards to these topics. So please share if you feel comfortable. I read all my comments. And until next time, I love you. Mwah. Blessed be.